So, like I said, the topic for today is accepting life's double standards.
Yep.
All right, Anthony.
All right.
So,
First.
I want first thing I want to do. Hold up, before we get into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to give you the definition of a double standard. So, for the people that do not know what a double standard is, I want to give you the definition.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I should be more prepared for this. All right, a double standard is a principle or policy that is applied in a different manner to similar things without proper justification. So there is plenty and plenty of double standards that exist within life, and like the title is, you have to accept these double standards because they do exist. Now, it doesn't matter how you feel towards the double standards; they still exist, and it's as simple as that. Um, to go a little bit further on that, essentially, this means that a double standard occurs when two or more things, such as individuals or groups, are treated differently when they should be treated the exact same way. So that is the definition. If you guys didn't know, we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
Yep.
All right, Anthony. So for the first one, go ahead and lead us off, man. When it comes to double standards, what is the first one you want to talk about?
The first one that I want to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Man. All right. That's a good question.
Shout out to Bree, by the way. Shout out to Bree and KJ. Appreciate you stopping by.
First, no. Might as well start out hot since we. Might as well start out hot. Might as well get right into it, right?
Yes, sir.
Body count.
Body count. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and lead us off with that?
Lead it off.
Yeah. Go ahead. What do you think? Okay. So what is the double standard that exists?
The double standard is that men are, well, I mean there's I think there's like multiple variations. There's like two variations of this. The first one is that men are allowed to have a high body count, but women are not.
Okay.
Women are not allowed to have a high body count, right?
Okay.
And I'd say while I'd actually say it makes sense. However, but it is a double standard because women are looked down on. They're seen as sluts, hoes, whatever you want to call them, right? The higher the body count they have, while as men are seen as players.
Pretty much, there's no negative connotation to have a high body count.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my 2 cents on that are go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no. Yeah. So just no. That was all it.
Okay.
Well, until we get to the reverse of it. Yeah. For high
Okay.
body count.
So for mine, from my personal opinion on this is, yeah, it is definitely a double standard that exists. Obviously, women are definitely looked down upon, like you had mentioned.
Yeah.
Definitely looked down upon if they do have a high body count. And now, this is not something I want to make this very, very clear. These double standards that we're talking about today are not things that we exactly wish to be on society. These are things that we just observe, right?
Yeah.
These aren't our personal opinions. Now, we can definitely see how these things are applied to life. And that's different from us wanting it to be that way. I got to make that very clear because there's going to be a lot of hate based off of just saying these double standards. But like I said, this is nothing more than an observation than it is our personal take, right?
Yeah.
So, like I had mentioned, right, women that have a high body count, yes, if you're a woman that has a high body count, you're going to be looked down upon in today's society. There's nothing you can do about it, really. Now, there is some lenience. There's some lenience kind of in society, right? There's a little movement that suggests that if you have a high body count, you're a woman, that you're completely fine and everything, life's just going to go on normal. You're going to have your happy ending with, your husband and your kids and all this. I'm here to let you know that if you have a high body count as a woman, the likelihood of that happening and that being your ideal life goes down so dramatically, it's not even funny. You're going to have to find a man who's a very, very, very special man, a 0.0001% of men that is willing to put up with the baggage that he's going to have to deal with when it comes through all the guys that you slept with, all the emotional connections that you had. And another thing I want to mention as well when it comes to body count, right, is the pair bonding thing, because this doesn't get mentioned, right? This is why body count's important to men, is because the more a woman sleeps around, the less she's able to really pair bond and actually have a super strong emotional connection towards that man. We got to make that clear. Yeah. And so obviously that was one part of it, right? The second part of it is, yes, men that have a high body count, they have less penalty on life. First of all, sex is obviously hard to come by as a man.
Yep.
The men that are able to acquire a lot of sex or have to bring some type of value to the interaction beyond physical looks, right? Another thing is obviously, sex for women is obviously easy.
Yeah.
Here's all you have to do is be like, okay, go up to a guy. If you're an average 6, go up to a guy and say, hey, would you like to have sex with me? They're gonna say yes, like 90% of the time.
Yeah. If they're not in a committed relationship, yeah.
Shit, even if they are damn near almost,
So,
almost right,
yeah,
almost. That's almost how it is.
Yep, yeah, you find the right one. Yep.
Exactly. Um, but men, obviously, you have to build some type of value. Of course, some guys get away with just looking good, but for the most part, you have to build value in order to have a large sexual abundance.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see it personally. Do you see it any different way, or you see it exactly?
Oh no, I see it the same exact way.
Okay.
And speaking right on that.
Another thing with that. Now, I'm not saying that I suggest men to go crazy, go stupid when it comes to their body count. That's not what I'm suggesting
Oh
at
no,
all.
no.
I would suggest men, be selective, just like I would recommend for women. But I'm saying if a man wanted to be less selective and just go absolutely crazy, go stupid, and he has obviously the
penalties aren't
access.
as big. Yeah.
Yeah, the penalty is not as big, like Anthony
Yeah.
has mentioned. Do you have anything more you want to say on that?
No, no. On high body count, no. The only thing I want to do was do the counter version of it.
Okay,
With low body count, right? While that is the double standard for the high body count, the low body count, right? The reverse is that if you're a man, right, with a low body count, right, you're it's the exact opposite. They insult you with that. While if you're a woman with a low body count, right, they praise you for that,
praise you.
right? For the same exact reason why we talk about for the high body count is because a woman, that means a woman had those options and chose not to, just ride the wave and go with every single one of them,
Mhm.
as opposed to a man who just didn't what's it called, just didn't get any. So
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I'm glad that you mentioned that because that's
Yeah.
not something that I was going to mention when it comes to the double standard. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, women for the most part would prefer men with experience
Yeah.
rather than lack of experience, right? Because they don't, for the most part, women don't want to teach men how to be that type of mode realistically.
Yeah.
But obviously, women with lower body counts are definitely preferred by 90% of men.
Yeah.
Like I said, you got those 10% of men. I'm not a part of that 10%. I'll tell you that right now.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, they exist. They exist. But
Yeah.
it's like I said, 10%, maybe even less than that. But yeah.